Hello, travelers, and welcome to the Horror Greenbook, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan, and today we are here hanging out in the scary sanctuary. It's going to be a great time, guys. I can't wait for y'all to hang out with me all and check it out. Again, we are here in the Scary Sanctuary. It is a very relaxing Monday. I'm just getting back from the Tulsa Horror Con, which was a great time. We're going to talk a little bit about that as we wait for people to join the room. And we're going to start like we always do about this time. We're going to talk a little horror about stuff that's going on. And then maybe 10 to 15 minutes past the hour, we're going to start the actual film, which will be Hatchet 3 tonight. We're going to continue on with the theme of Adam Green's Hatchet series. So we're on part 3 tonight. We are on the final 2 films of the series, guys, unless Adam decides to crank out some more Victor Crowley madness. So again, guys, hope everything's going well. As I said, I'm just getting back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area from Tulsa. The Tulsa HorrorCon was awesome. It was their first time throwing it this year. It's brought to you by the awesome people over the Oklahoma City HorrorCon, which is an awesome fun one as well. So if you're ever in the Oklahoma City area around that time of year, or if you can get out, I would highly recommend going to either the Oklahoma City or the Tulsa one. Oh, guys, it's been a fun time. Hopefully, everyone's having a very happy and haunted holidays. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas and Hanukkah. We're knee deep in the holiday season, guys. It's one of those things. So hopefully, the seasonal depression is staying away from you all. I know it's one of those things that's so real around this time of year. But we're gonna keep all of that away, guys. But other than that, I watched Nosferatu earlier today, trying to get ready for the Robert Eggers version. I'm a big fan of vampire films. It's one of my favorite one of my favorite horror movie subgenres, I should say. Going back to when I was a little kid, so imagine my excitement when the upcoming Nosferatu adaptation would be was getting a lot of buzz, and the early reviews, it looks like it's going to be a great one, guys. So come Christmas Day, I will be watching that film, and maybe do a special live stream or something to that effect to talk a little bit about it with those of you who may want to get into a little bit of spoiler talk for that particular day. But we'll see how it goes. We have a little bit of time for that. But other than that, I'm going to be watching the remake that was produced in the 70s as well. That's going to be pretty good. The one with Klaus Kinski. That is a great one as well. Pretty fun adaptation. Pretty good remake. So hopefully the Robert Eggers one will continue on the tradition of very cool Nosferatu adaptations. But other than that, that's what I've been doing. Just getting prepared for the busy holiday season. I put up that vlog recently for the Tulsa HorrorCon. So guys, if you haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. I set up a goal for super chats this week just to try a little something different. So the goal is I will do an additional live stream this week if I do reach the goal. So feel free to help out and support if you would like, travelers. But we have a few people in. Again, feel free to comment in regards to anything that you saw here, guys. We are going to start the film, I would say, in another 5 minutes. So let me see here. Let's see what's going on in horror news. Let's see. Let me go to Bloody Disgusting. See if there's anything of note that they're talking about today. Also, happy belated Friday the 13th to you all. That was a fun thing to go to a horror convention over Friday the 13th again this year. It would be the second one. Earlier this year, I went to Horror Hound, and that was a great experience earlier this year on Friday the 13th, and this year Tulsa Horror Con. So that's also great. We got news that Mason Gooding will be back for Scream 7. So we will get some of the core four back, guys. So that's good. I would expect that we're going to get half of the core four. So at least that's cool. We'll continue the story. And of course, we're going to have more Sidney Prescott in Scream. So I know you guys are excited about that. Other news, the 28 weeks later trailer. No, excuse me, 28 weeks. No, the 28 years later trailer came out, and wow, that looked like a lot of fun. And that actually reminded me of how studios are starting to get it. We know that we don't want to be spoiled during the actual trailer. You know, we want to save those great moments for when we're actually purchasing the ticket or purchasing it on streaming. So that's absolutely pretty cool to know. Um, and you know that reminds me of Nosferatu again, another very tastefully done trailer, and also Michael B. Jordan's film Sinners that will be coming out later on in 2025. That is directed by Ryan Coogler. They, as I mentioned before, those two make magic whenever they work together. So I'm excited to see that. Um, let's see. Well, there's been news in regards to Return of the Living Dead sequels. So there was a little concept trailer that came out earlier this or last week, which got a little bit of buzz for both good and bad. I mean, it's been about 20 years since the last Return of the Living Dead entry, but apparently Linnea Quigley has announced her own Return of the Living Dead sequel called Trash's Revenge. So that seems pretty interesting. Let me click on that and see what it says. Da, 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 da. That's pretty crazy. And yeah, there is a legal battle over the rights over the property of Return of the Living Dead. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's cool that at least Linnea is being creative and adding her input. And Trash should have some revenge. And speaking of 28 years later, it has officially become the second most watched horror trailer ever. So that's very good, guys. That's a ton of buzz, guys. Needless to say, the horror fans are very happy about that. And also, it looks like people that are outside of the horror genre are taking notice. Um, as I've said, the 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years, and soon to be 28 years franchise is something that I think is one of the crown jewel trilogies. Well, first, two film entries into a horror franchise, and I have very good hope for this third entry. So fingers crossed, because the trailer's very very tastefully done, guys. All right, I would say let's start the film in 2 minutes at 8:10, guys, so we can get into some Victor Crowley. So go ahead and queue up your streaming, queue up your DVDs, your Blu-rays. As I've said, I've included the link on Tubi right there in the chat, so you guys can click on that, and we will be starting in roughly 1 minute, guys. Da, 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 da. But yeah, guys, I'm so happy that you're here hanging out with me, and we're gonna get into some Hatchet fun. All right, I got myself all set up here. Da, da, da. Okay, guys. Oh, I'm so ready, man. These Hatchet films have really, really reinvigorated my energy. It's just really good to go through a fine horror franchise like this that has taken the time, well, that has a creator that really takes the time to go above and beyond what is actually needed for a slasher at times. All right, guys, press play. But yeah, I applaud Adam for his all of his work with this particular film series for sure. Okay, let me move this over here. Full screen. All right. And we're back right into the action. Some more Danielle Harris love, guys. Yeah. The sheer effort of trying to keep the continuity with this franchise is something that I really, really appreciate. I mean, as someone that has a history of watching slasher entries going all the way back to the late 80s as a kid, sometimes some sequels let us down in that department. So Adam will always get a extra bonus point with that, with the Hatchet series. I wish a lot more franchises were kept in the hands of the creators, so that if there was a sequel that they wanted to do, it would probably be a little bit more logical. Yeah, I think the swamp is definitely a very highly rated setting for a horror film. I mean, it's just a very nasty environment full of dangers. I mean, because you not only have the danger of whoever the main antagonist is, but you have gators, you have snakes, you have all types of stuff like that. Hey, how's it going? You got Collector's Conquest in the house, guys. Yeah, that's the only thing about that sometimes. But I appreciate you being here. Oh, Restless, how's it going? Thanks for being here, y'all. Yeah, let's see. I am currently at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I would have loved to have been behind the scenes to see this actual part being filmed. Oh, cut right down the middle. What are some of you guys' favorite bloody movies? Oh, this is a fun one. Yeah, it gets right to it, doesn't it? Holy moly is right. Mm-mm-mm. And I love how like these films like really like Hatchet One is a little bit of a slow burn to get to the action, but once the action starts in Hatchet One, it continuously goes on throughout the series. It doesn't really start. Well, it doesn't really stop. And with more and more entries, you get more and more horror royalty. You know what? Oh, Restless, you took what I would have possibly said for mine. Dead Alive is a bloody masterpiece. Like blood, I mean, Dead Alive may have the record for probably the most fake blood that has ever appeared on the screen. Like the lawnmower scene. Oh. I remember my first time seeing Dead Alive, and I don't think my jaw like picked itself up until after the credits. And just to think, that's Peter Jackson. So it just goes to show, no matter where you start in your film journey, you never know where it's going to take you. And that reminds me of like how with hoping that either Demi Moore or Mikey Madison wins the Oscar. I mean, I would love Mikey to win because she's one of my favorite Ghostface, but Demi would be awesome to win because if you go back to the beginning of Demi Moore's career, she is on the cover of I Spit on Your Grave. And that's a factoid that a lot of people outside of like very hardcore horror fans know that that's Demi Moore's body. So for a young Demi Moore to start off in the advertising for a exploitation horror film to all the way years like decades later be nominated and possibly win a best actress Oscar for a body horror film. Oh, that's like poetic. It doesn't get much better than that. And we got our obligatory Adam Green sighting. But you're right, O Wrestlers. I really wish Peter would go back to horror. Like, just something. And with his expertise, it would be something on the akin to how Guillermo del Toro's horror is respected. So, yeah, I totally, would love for Peter Jackson to do something horror related again. Got good old Zach right there. Another guy that I enjoy seeing at horror conventions. He's very cool. She's got a gun. I always thought this was a very cool look for Danielle coming into the police station like that. And she's so tiny. For a woman that's 5 foot nothing, she is totally awesome. Like horror actress. I will always have undying love for Danielle Harris's contribution to the horror genre. All right, that's cool, old wrestlers. I'll see you in a second, buddy. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen Hatchet 3, so I've almost forgot about what's about to come up. Shower scene. Oh, and right before the shower scene, I get an ad. See, Tubi knew what was up. They're like, okay, these guys are going to stick around for Danielle Harris in the shower. So let's just go ahead and place this smartly, strategically placed ad right here. Go figure. Did any of you watch any good horror films, past or present, over the weekend? If so, what did you watch? As I mentioned earlier, I watched Nosferatu. Over the weekend, I watched Joe Bob's The Last Drive-In Christmas special that he has annually, and they showed Rare Exports and It's a Wonderful Knife, and it was cool to see It's a Wonderful Knife again because I hadn't seen it since the Telluride Film Festival last year. I think it was premiered there, so that was pretty cool to check out that film. So that reminds me of why I really enjoy film festivals. You just get that first look at films that haven't had many eyes on them just yet. So, oh, look at that. More ads. I'm almost there. Dear Santa with Jack Black. How was Dear Santa? I've been seeing that in my algorithm, and my son loves Christmas films as much as he loves horror. So I'm pretty sure he'll be interested in checking that out. Okay, that wasn't bad. I just got a Nosferatu ad. All right, we're gonna spray down Danielle Harris. Now, I would have paid. I would have had that gig for free. And if anyone's wondering, we are at 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Who am I kidding? Some of you probably have already had that scene bookmarked, like me. Ah, Danielle. Right, she's 5 foot nothing. You mean this girl walks in covered in blood? None of it's hers. No, she's just that cool. Uh, it's so funny to see Adam in these movies. It's like passed out in the drunk tank. Oh, okay. So it wasn't much Christmas, more of a Three Wishes type of movie. Okay, I get that. Yeah, speaking of a Christmas movie that I haven't seen in a while, but I've had an inkling to check it out, so I may do that sometime this week. I've been wanting to watch Scrooged. It was one of my favorite Christmas related horror films. Well, not horror films, but I would say it's kind of horror adjacent. But then again, you know, that is a ghost story, so it is horror adjacent. So if you're being visited by three ghosts in a night, that's definitely a horror story. So I think A Christmas Carol is definitely horror related. So Scrooged is one that it's probably been a good 15 years since I've last seen it. So I'm going to make it objective to watch it either sometime this week. So maybe tomorrow. Danielle's making some faces in this film. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing. Whoa, the 50th anniversary Black Christmas in 4K. Oh, I bet it looked beautiful too. Oh, I could just imagine how wonderful that looked. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's one of the best things is seeing um classics in the theater. Like nothing beats that. See here, guys. Sorry, I got a message. Yeah, I could just imagine like the colors and the way that Black Christmas is shot. I bet it looked absolutely beautiful on a big screen and in 4K. So I am completely envious. And this is well, JD636, but that's Jeff, correct? Yeah, some of the guests that were there at Tulsa HorrorCon, they had Danielle Harris there, which is always a treat to see her there. And I asked her the question in regards to what is her favorite Christmas film and her favorite Christmas horror film. And she did say that Black Christmas, no, no, excuse me, Black Christmas is one of her favorites, but she said her absolute favorite is Silent Night, Deadly Night. And she says her new current favorite is Terrifier 3. And I mean, I love Terrifier 3, and I love all of its homages to past Christmas horror films. So that's very cool. So you have like the Black Christmas homage with art in the window in the attic. You have some Silent Night, Deadly Night there. You even get some Rabbit there with the scene with Santa in the mall. You get a little bit of Silent Night, Deadly Night with the little girl and Santa art. It's a great one. So I love that Damien put all those nods. Here we got Caroline Williams. Love Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But yeah, I thought that was you, Jeff. So how's it going, man? Glad to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, Caroline Williams is so cool. That woman has aged very well as well. I last saw her at Scarefest this year, and she's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Jeff. I am planning to be there. Um, well, because I want to get most of the cast's autograph, and their lines are going to be so crazy. I mean, they've had one of the hottest movies over this past year, so I expect their lines to be crazy. But thankfully, they're going to be at more than a few horror cons that I will be at for next year. So I may have to like attempt to get Damien at one, then David Howard at another one, and then Lauren at another one, and on and so forth. But it looks like there's actually going to be a very cool bar crawl that will be happening at Days of the Dead Las Vegas next month that I will be going to. So that's absolutely cool to do that. It's going to be a part of something that's going on afterwards by the Art the Clown Appreciation Society. So I look forward to meeting a few of those members. We got a super chat here. Okay, from Collector's Conquest. He says, I appreciate the Tulsa HorrorCon videos. I planned on going but didn't make it. Hey, it is a pleasure to bring that to you. I was hoping that you were going to be there. I did talk to Josh as well, and he said there was a chance that he might be able to make it on Saturday, but it would be hard for him to do it. So I totally understand that. But like I said, I'm just glad to connect with you guys at any horror convention possible, any event possible, and just make those connections. So if I didn't catch you at Tulsa HorrorCon, I know I'll see you at another one very soon, buddy. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Thank you again for the super chat. So, speaking of that, what is the next horror convention or convention that you're planning on going to? Anyone that's in the chat, let me know what you're thinking of coming to. There is like a little small day event that is happening this weekend that I may do. Stop by. It's like a Krampus type related thing. It's not too big, but it's just going to be something to get out with the family, support some local businesses and vendors. So I may actually do maybe a quick 5 to 10 minute vlog or a live stream in regards to that. But other than that, I have the Las Vegas Days of the Dead next month. Also, I have that same week the Halloween and Party Expo that is also that same week in Las Vegas. So extra days in Las Vegas is never a bad thing. So I'm looking forward to that week. And a couple of weeks after that will be Creep IE-Con. So I'm hoping to make it to Creep IE-Con. I'm really going to line up my dates for next year for upcoming cons and which ones I should be making appearances at. I actually want to go to Days of the Dead Chicago as well, or Days of the Dead Atlanta. I've never been to either of those, so hopefully I'll get to make one. I like Caroline's character in this film. She has another standout moment, but we'll a bit ahead of that. Okay, so you're going to Horror Hound in March. Definitely should be seeing you there. And Living Dead Weekend in Monroeville. You know what? That is one that I'm planning on going to as well, because I have very good friends that actually moved right outside of Pittsburgh last year. And they're just like, hey, the Dawn of the Dead Mall is out this way. So they're like, you're welcome to come and crash whenever that's going on. And I'm like, I'm definitely going there for a Living Dead weekend to Pittsburgh, or right outside the Pittsburgh area. And I plan to come back again for Steel City Con, because Steel City Con gets some amazing guests. Even though it's not a horror convention, they always represent with great horror guests. So I definitely want to go and check them out. And next year I plan on excuse me, applying for more film conventions. I applied for press with the Overlook Film Festival in New Orleans. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I will be approved for that. I would love to go to Telluride again. That was a very, very fun convention. I mean, film fest. And maybe Fantastic Fest. I would enjoy that as well. So I'll keep my fingers crossed, guys. Wish me luck. GalaxyCon in OKC, okay, in May, and OKC HorrorCon in July. Sweet, sweet. I didn't know if there were any other ones around here besides anime, which I'm not going to. Okay, I get that. Or if I'm not mistaken, I believe you told me about GalaxyCon when I met you at OKC HorrorCon. So that sounds like a fun one. I'll have to research that one. I know in May I'll be going to Texas Frightmare, which is always like one of my absolute favorite cons. Of course, because it's local, so it's only like a 45-minute drive from my house. So I normally just get a hotel with one of the host hotels. Speaking of which, I need to do that very soon. Um, the hotel blocks for the ones across the street go out so quickly. Well, they sell out so quickly. So I can't wait to do that again. It's a blast. Highly recommend it for anyone that can get free to come out to the Dallas Fort Worth area that weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend. And we're at 20 minutes and 19 seconds for anyone that may be joining us. And by the way, guys, smash that like button. Feel free to comment and take notice of our super chat goal here. I'm trying a little something different. And if I do reach the goal, I will be doing another live stream either on Wednesday or Thursday. I will announce that in the community tab. Okay, like the Wizard World Comic Cons. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, as soon as you said Wizard World, that like brought back so many memories. So I'm with you on that. Like certain names, like just brings back a nostalgia. I'm a part of like this old school Nickelodeon group on Facebook, and someone had posted up they were posting up a picture of a letter that they received in response to writing Stick Stickly. And that was a name that just really brought back all types of great memories because, you know, if you're someone like me that spent summers watching Nick and watching Stick Stickly, you have all types of things burned into your memory, such as that Stick Stickly's address, you know, write to me, Stick Stickly, P.O. Box 963, New York City, New York State, 10108. Look, why this is something that never left my brain, I will never know. But somehow it is very relevant information that refuses to leave. Oh, we got some Sean Whalen here. Love Sean. Very nice guy. When I see him, I'm always going to think of Roach. Such a sweet guy. He was at Scarefest as well this year. Yeah, but it was cool to see that letter from Stick Stickly. And it just made me think of the excitement of being a kid and writing a letter off and receiving something back. I did that a few times with some of my favorite athletes. I never did that with Stick Stickly. I don't know why I didn't. But I sent a lot of stuff off for contests, things of that nature. That was just like a part of growing up in the 90s. Just asking your parents, like, hey, can I get a couple of stamps? I want to send off some letters. And the whole process of sending it off, those first few weeks of waiting for something to return and then you forget about it. And then all of a sudden something just comes back a little bit after that, and you're just like, "Oh, that's so cool." So I'm glad that I had that little walk down memory lane with that post, and that's the cool thing about the internet and you know people sharing those memories because you get all types of key memories unlocked. Yeah, like recently my son went to some sort of like holiday event over the weekend while I was at Tulsa, and he was very excited to show me a slap bracelet, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, those are awesome, man. I spent so many hours playing with those as a kid, so it's cool to know that throughout the generations, certain items and certain toys will always be hits. See more and more Victor Crowley lore. Uh, the dreaded ad. But you know what? As long as Tubi continues to give us all types of great, great films, I'll never mind. All right. Jeff says, when I met Sean at Scarefest, it was so cool hearing the story how he met his wife at Scarefest and they were renewing their vows. Yeah, that was very cool. I had access to the black carpet event at Scarefest, and his wife was the one who accompanied him on the black carpet, and that was awesome. I didn't know that he met his wife at Scarefest. That is very very cool. So I would imagine that is a very very special event for them. So that would explain why they were looking so extra happy on the black carpet. So that's very cool. Thanks for sharing that with us, Jeff. That's very cool to know. We have what's my ad here today? We have a holiday puppy ad with Chewy. Yes, it's always interesting the ads that you receive. You wonder, okay, which ones will be relevant to my life and which ones totally aren't. Say, how good is the algorithm? Now we got a Prize Picks commercial. All right, we got some gambling. We got some Chewy. Earlier I had McDonald's. Hey, we have a little bit of everything. This Prize Picks ad is actually pretty funny, so I'll give them that. All right, we're back, guys. 24 minutes and 30 seconds. Getting a pretty cool aerial shot of the swamps. It would have been fun, but also completely miserable shooting in the swamps, guys. That's just disgusting at the same time, just thinking about those mosquitoes. And mosquitoes seem to absolutely love me. So I'm the type of person whenever I'm on vacation or during the summertime, if I'm near water, I'm keeping some mosquito repellent on me. So filming in Louisiana or if you're filming in like South Carolina or Georgia, oh, those are some nasty mosquitoes there. Yeah, but Sean's super cool. I really do like Sean. Yeah. Speaking of great character actors, Michael Berryman was also one of the attendees at Tulsa HorrorCon. And it was cool to have him in a panel. Michael Berryman's like one of those super cool guys. Like I would totally love to have a beer or whatever non-alcoholic beverage with Michael Berryman and just listen to that man talk about his experiences in Hollywood. Um, I mean, because he's literally done almost everything, and yet he's lived such an interesting life. But super cool guy. Like he's one of those guys that you've seen in everything. Like you will have to go down his IMDb, and you're just like, wow, yeah, he was in that. Oh yeah, he was in that. He was in that. So It was cool to I've seen him at a few cons, but it was good to actually really finally meet him over the weekend. Of course, just talk about his experiences with things. Ask him about Wes Craven because I am a big Wes Craven fanboy. So anyone that has ever worked with that man, I generally like to ask them about how he was. Ooh, ooh, all right. Ooh, gnarly kill there. So, we should really clean that window. Oh, and he's moving. Yeah, yeah. It's time to break out the running. It's like it's about to hit the fan, guys. We need backup. Ooh, yeah. I tell you that Hamilton is not coming to any Broadway shows anytime soon. It's like, oh, yeah, Danielle, you may have miscalculated. He's looking for his daddy. I miss my daddy. I love some Caroline Williams. That woman is just like so cool. And she has aged very, very well. I mean, honestly, I would have liked to have seen a direct sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like, I would love to have seen her character's continuation. Bubbles definitely in love with her. It's like, dude, guts are getting pulled out, man. You're wasting time. Like, we need you. I like how Zach put on a little bit of a southern accent there. He didn't go too overboard with it, which is where a lot of people fail with southern accents. It's like if you just put a little subtleness there, it'll be passable. But then again, sometimes going all out there on the southern accent can make it fun, aka Kevin Bacon and Maxine. That New Orleans accent is very egregious, but I love it at the same time. And I love when horror movie alums come back and continue to come back to the genre. So I love Kevin Bacon doing that in Maxine. You got some Derek Mears there. Yeah, that's why I love Hatchet panels at conventions because I mean so many people have appeared in at least one Hatchet film. So no Hatchet panel is going to be the same because you'll have different, sets up of people. Like Tom Holland came to the Hatchet panel that I was last at Scarefest, and to have him by that panel, and Tom Holland is so freaking funny, guys. Like that man is hilarious. To have him on a panel with Daniel Harris and Adam Green and Kane Hodder and other people like RA was there, so it was just like perfect setup. Oh, Tiffany Shepis was there, so it was a fun one. I even think Felissa came to that one too. So yeah, if you see those sets up, then you might as well bring a drink to that panel as well because it's going to be hilarious. Might as well be a comedy show. And again, guys, if you've just stopped in, make sure to smash that like button. It will help the algorithm pump the channel out to other people that may be interested in horror related content brought to them by yours truly. But yeah, I was just thinking about how we're on live watch party number 11. And that's cool. I'm really, really growing to really enjoy these guys. So I really like the hangouts and I would love to do more of them. So it's something that I will plan to experiment more with next year for sure. I like being able to hang out with you all and just talk about what's going on in our lives. For those of you that have met at conventions, unfortunately, unless we're standing in the same line waiting for a celebrity, I don't really get too much time to chat with you. Or if I catch you afterwards at an after party, there are very few chances for me to actually really, really sit down and talk with y'all at length. So I like these opportunities to get to know you all and for you all to get to know me. Maybe I'll do an Ask Me Anything live stream one of these days. I think that would be pretty cool. Just set up a day for that. And other things that I could do live, such as like just talking about horror and maybe like just like hangout sessions where it's not even a stream, where we're just really talking about whatever things are going on in the horror world. So I want to do more of those, and just hang out with y'all and bring y'all the non-convention side where I'm just going through different vendors and such. So you get to talk more about how we feel about all of our favorite movies. And I think I'm going to do more reviews as well. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I definitely want to talk more about the films. Usually, I'm able to talk, a little bit about particular films during the live watch parties, like we are with Hatchet and such. But like I said, I want to talk about upcoming news and excitement about certain things, such as like 28 years later, and how excited I am for Nosferatu. Are any of you all seeing Nosferatu on Christmas Day, on premiere day? There were a few people that I follow on Instagram that were able to make it to the premiere, and that looked like a lot of fun. Being able to get all dressed up and see a horror film that has a lot of buzz, that you're very sure is going to live up to the hype. So that's I want to get some of those experiences. I want to actually be able to pump my content out there to people and maybe be invited to certain premieres and things of that nature. So speaking things like that into existence, travelers. So you know, hoping for more of that in 2025 and beyond. Yeah, Casper never did that. And yes, guys, just to remind you again, we have a super chat goal here. If I get a certain amount of super chats, I will go ahead and set up another live watch party for either Wednesday or Thursday. So I would love to be able to do that with you all in the next couple of days. So if you're interested, feel free to send a super chat if you'd like. We're so effing effed. I mean, that guy is a poet if I've ever seen one. That must have been such an interesting car ride waiting to get back to the swamp. You're just like, oh my gosh, what are we going to run into? This isn't going to be fun at all. Just all types of body parts strewn about. Hmm. Yeah, you're probably going to get chewed out by the captain at the police station for letting out a suspect. Like, wait a second, you let the 5 foot bloody lady out of her cell? And I love Danielle's subtle southern accent as well. He has his ashes. Yeah. Speaking of things that I've been doing and want to concentrate on for the next year, I've had a few ideas that I've been kicking around in regards to horror movie shorts. With me going to film festivals and conventions that have film festivals as part of their events, um, I've been becoming so engulfed in short films and how cool they look and how you can get a lot of great ideas out with one. I think it would be very fun to make one. So I've been kicking around some ideas that have been in my head, and I think I'm gonna write them all out. At least the ones that I feel have some meat on their bones to make maybe a 5, 10, 15, 20 minute short, depending on what I can squeeze out of it. So I think I'll probably start with something like a 5 minute short, quick little micro short, and then expand it out because it's not something that I'm very familiar with, but I think I have a pretty cool idea or two. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Oh, Restless, yeah, thank you so much. I definitely plan on it. You know, as a horror fan, I think it's very important for us to get out ways of our actual creativity and love for the genre. And I'm so ultimately inspired by seeing a lot of these creators who show their films, and it's like, wow, if they could do it, I could do it too. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying like I'm ultra inspired. Like, wow, these guys are normal guys like me, and they love the genre as much as I do, and they're bringing something to it as opposed to being one of the people that are constantly criticizing. And that's one of the things I'm very sensitive about, in regards to criticizing someone else's art and hard work that they put into it. So I think that a lot of people that do that should actively try to be creators as well. And that way they're a bit more empathetic to people putting their work out that way. So definitely, I'll keep you all posted. I have a one that's in mind that I definitely can make a 5 minute short of for sure without it being an issue, and I think people will really enjoy it because it's definitely something that would be creepy and also something that has a little bit of a comedic element to it. So I think it would be something fun to add to a film festival or two. So I plan on getting with a few buddies of mine that are a bit more experienced in regards to producing shorts and filmmaking. So I'm looking forward to that, guys. So be on the lookout, and I'll keep you all posted. For everyone that's joining, we are at 41 minutes exactly. Another cool thing about the Hatchet series is I love how they really ramp things up every entry. Like the first one, it was just like, okay, very small, self contained story. And then with everyone, they've expanded the lore. What you're supposed to. You ramp the kills up. Adam is totally a student of horror for sure. That reminds me, I really need to check out his show as well. I've heard so many great things about his show and how it has so many different horror Easter eggs and how it is a love letter to horror fans. So I should do that this week as well. And that may be something that I'll talk about on an upcoming horror talk. I'm thinking about likely doing something where I'll do like a live watch party every week, and then also maybe do like an hour um talk about horror show, like a weekly talk about horror, just like whatever new stories are out there. Also have all types of new ask me anything, whatever films you guys have recently saw and etc. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing as well. I'm just trying to get new ways of getting good content out to you all. Jeff, he had a super chat here for $20, and he says, "Merry Christmas to you and all in the chat. Gotta get to bed. Work at 5 a.m." Hey, Jeff, man, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you, and I really look forward to seeing you at Horror Hound in March, man, for sure. We're gonna get together, and maybe have a drink together. I don't even know if you drink, man, but we're definitely gonna get together and talk about some upcoming horror, maybe get some autographs together for sure. But catch you later, buddy. Hopefully, you get a good night of sleep. And again, thanks again for the super chat. Yeah, guys, I thank each and every one of you for your support. I know it's the holiday, so if you are unable to send a super chat, never feel bad for it. The fact that you're here hanging out with me, if you're able to like the video, that is also amazing. Like as I've said, any type of interaction with the channel is something that I greatly, greatly thank you for, and is always appreciated here. So feel free to like, comment, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell notifications so that you are notified whenever something's going on with the channel. And because you'll never know when I'm going to jump up with a live stream at a convention, which is something that I love doing as well. So if you're curious about horror conventions all across the country and eventually across the world, because I have eyes on doing an international convention one of these days for sure. Um, I have eyes on For the Love of Horror in Manchester. There are also a few Canadian ones as well that I've been thinking of. And that is going to be on my plan. So, guys, if you do send in a super chat at any time, and either now or in the future, just know that goes to help support the channel and my travels to other conventions, gas money, cost of admission if I'm not, getting a press pass and things of that nature. So, again, anything in regards to likes or super chats or things of that nature goes a long way. I'm like PBS, guys. I am brought to you, viewers, and your contributions help. That's a nasty one. Ugh, it's nasty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man. See, when you when you waste that amount of ammunition and he's still coming for more, just call it off. Just leave it to Mary Beth. She's a one woman wrecking crew. She's gonna be the only one to leave a dent in Victor. And I really like Derek Mears' character in this film. Adam, I think that's one of the Adam's pluses. He is really, really good with characters. Yeah, I would say that is a talent of his. Some people can't do characters to save their life, but for some reason, Adam has a way of continuing to bring interesting people that you bring a different array of feelings. Like you have your comedic relief characters, you have your characters that you absolutely can't stand, you have those characters that you can't stand but you actually really like. You have some that are sympathetic. You have some people that you can't wait to see get it. There's some really good sequencing in this action sequence right here with the SWAT team. It gives me a lot of aliens type feel to it. Game over, man. Okay, guys. I don't know about you, but let's just say if you're on a SWAT team, we have Jason versus Jason here. But let's just say if you're on a SWAT team, you are the most elite of the elite, and let's just say you're there to apprehend a suspect, and you're given the shoot to kill command. You and your entire team have used most of your ammunition, and the guy is still up and coming for more. I don't know about you, but at that point, I'm taking the combat boots off and I'm putting on the running shoes. Yeah, guys, I'm putting on the Nikes at that point. That line's hilarious. Oh no. Uh they're like, guys, I'm trying to hold my head up. Come on, y'all. It's like, dude, stop running your mouth. Pew. I swear, every time I see that part, that cracks me up so much. You did all that talking and you got him killed anyway. Oh man, that is so funny. You? Oh, Victor has some good aim. Like he could have did like javelin. He could have did like shot put. Those darn bullies just ruining Olympic dreams. He could have brought us the gold. Yeah, Zach, it's time to go. Yeah, like this guy, you want to see him get it. Uh oh. Uh, gruesome. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, what I would love as a horror film fan, I would love for Adam Green and Damian Leone to have an anthology film. Let's say 4 shorts, give them 2 each, and just let them see what carnage they could create. I mean, these are 2 guys that I know that I can count on getting some awesome special effects. It's going to be something that's going to be gruesome. And not only that, but they're going to have a bit of comedy as well. So, as dark as they could go, they could also line it up with a little bit of laughter. So, that's always something super cool. All right, guys, I'm in another ad section there. So, where we are in the film, I may have one, maybe 2 more before we end. But you take the good with the bad with Tubi, and there's plenty of good, not much bad, unless we're talking crappy movies that we love. Yeah, so I have a LifeLock ad here. We have another burger ad here with Jack in the Box. So we're making our way through with that. And now I have another credit related one. These ads are always very interesting, guys. Yeah, I think tonight, after the live stream, I'm going to watch the Nosferatu Klaus Kinski remake with Werner Herzog directing. And after that, I may watch Scrooged, but I may do that tomorrow. All right, and the film's back on, guys. I am at 52 minutes and 3 seconds. If you need to catch up, Danielle's so feisty. She's like a little chihuahua. Like, seriously, she really is the personification of a chihuahua. It's so little, so adorable, so cute. But don't let the cuteness and the very small stature fool you, because it could get really wild. Oh, Sid. So just to think that Sid would be the brother of Kane Hodder. I miss Sid. I'm sad that I never got to meet the man. Ain't no crowning looking. But yeah, Sid was a convention sweetheart. He got sick around the time that I really started to get into the convention scene. So I never got a chance to meet him, but I would totally hear so many wonderful stories about people that I know that have met him. And it's a shame that I never got a chance to shake his hand or have a conversation with him. So it's a constant reminder to definitely meet the celebrities that you want to at horror conventions, because you never know. As I said, the reason why we're watching the Hatchet films is because I never got a chance to meet Tony Todd, and we started watching the first Hatchet in his honor, because he was the number one celebrity on my list that I had not had the chance to meet yet. And that was something that a few friends of mine discussed on a podcast that they were having, well, their live stream that they were having for their YouTube channel, about how um, Melissa Barrera isn't currently doing conventions at this moment. Whether that's a permanent or a temporary break from conventions is still left to be determined. And also in regards to Mikey Madison, because I really wanted to meet her at Horror Hound um, in September, but she canceled. And now she's getting all of this awards buzz for Honora. So, I mean, with her possibly maybe winning a Golden Globe, with her possibly winning an Oscar this year, her price is going to skyrocket. And, there's a chance that she may not be able to make it. So, similar to Jamie Lee Curtis last year with how people were excited that there's a chance that she may have attended Halloween 45 last year. And then she won her Best Actress. No, Best Supporting Actress. Wait, yeah, it was a Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Um, it was just like, yeah, there's no way that she's gonna make an appearance. So sometimes timing is everything. Two absolute badasses, Sid and then Caroline. Yeah, I'm with you, Old Restless. Mikey was freaking excellent in Scream Six. She was totally the highlight for me in Scream Six. Now, I vaguely recognized her from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but when she first appeared on the screen, I was just like, "Who is this chick?" She's captivating me. Now, it could be the fact that I find her incredibly attractive, but also she has a very unique look, and she's a very very good actress. So I was intrigued by her even then, and then when it turns out that who she was in Scream Six, I was like, oh yeah, I like her, and what she's notable for doing in Scream Six, which makes a lot of Scream fans mad. But I feel like, well, if any Ghostface was going to do that, I would prefer that Ghostface to be the one to achieve that goal. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I'm like, dude, I finally make it out. And then next thing you know, wow. Yeah, that part made me laugh so hard when I finally saw that in Hatchet 3 with the you gotta be kidding me. It's like, oh my god, I survived. Oh no. But yeah, Mikey was awesome at that. I still have to see Honora. I'm a bit annoyed because with Dallas being one of the major cities in America, I would expect that Honora would get a bit of a longer run because the week that it came out, I was in Austin for the film fest, the Ethereal Film Fest that I was at, and I was a bit busy with that. Didn't have the time to see Honora, and then that next week it was out of theaters in Dallas, so I haven't had the chance to see it. And but you know how that is. After a film or a particular person wins an Oscar, that's when they release the films back in theaters again, trying to get that extra bit of money from the Oscar buzz. Back in the ambulance. But yeah, I'm interested. Speaking of Scream, Old Restless, um, I'm interested in seeing exactly what's going to happen with Scream 7. Like what direction they're going to go with that. I mean, at this point, I'm just interested in seeing how they're going to continue the storyline. I think I've gotten everything that I've needed to get from the Scream franchise. But to be honest, you want to know something that I'm really actually pretty excited for? That's the return of Scary Movie. Especially knowing that it's back in the hands of the Wayans. Because I think Scary Movie 1 and 2, absolutely fantastic. Now, Scary Movie 3, I also enjoyed as well. Mainly because, Leslie Nielsen. I mean, for me, Leslie Nielsen is a king of slapstick comedy. So if you weren't going to have the Wayans, having Leslie Nielsen involved was absolutely awesome. But the Wayans had the special sauce with Scary Movie. So with Marlon announcing that they're in pre-production with that, that's pretty cool. And I saw Dave Sheridan at Tulsa Horror Fest as well, and I asked him, I'm like, okay, man, with Marlon announcing that Scary Movie's coming back, are we possibly going to see the return of Officer Doofy? Because you know, from what all the clues that we've received, it looks like the new Scary Movie entry is going to talk about legacy sequels. So, and with Scary Movie being close to 25 years old, it's perfect time for a legacy sequel, timeline. So maybe will get Officer Doofy returning. Maybe he's going to be a main character. Maybe it could be a cameo. But Dave seemed pretty interested about it, and he said that he's going to talk to Marlon sometime soon. So hey, fingers crossed on that. And then hey, Doofy's out there. He's still alive. So you never know. Yeah, just looking at those bodies right there. Ugh. Like you would definitely get a crash course in anatomy around Victor Crowley and Art the Clown. It's like, hey, what body part is that? Is that a medulla oblongata? Now, speaking of Tulsa Horror Con, they just followed me back on Instagram. That's cool. I appreciate them. They're awesome. Love those guys. That long drive just to finally get to the swamp and get to the action. All the action's almost been had. And what I love about this, Caroline Williams is the only one that has a legitimate Southern accent. Gotta love Caroline Williams. Absolutely have to. You know what? I think another good idea in regards to like a horror film would be revolving around police in horror films. Like there has to be a police training academy for horror films or something to where people realize that police are totally not prepared for horror movie villains. So a short in regards to like police training class with policing would be pretty awesome. Uh oh. Yeah, just sitting there waiting on Victor Crowley's metalworking slash welding slash cutting skills. He is everywhere at once. Yep, absolutely have to do something. Just sitting there like sitting ducks. Definitely don't have 10. Well, love is. I bet Danielle was very appreciative that she really didn't have to do too much in regards to this entry. I mean, she had to be covered in blood, but it had to have been way less miserable than the previous entry. You know, somebody probably would have loved to have been the recipient of Danielle Harris spit. I wonder if anyone's ever asked her that at a con. Like, hey, never mind, never mind. Stop. Hey, thanks, O Restless, with the super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, well, at least we had some teamwork there. Like all those sparks and everything. My inner pyro is just going like, ooh, sparkly. How long ago did he call for help, Caroline? That Caroline Williams is so freaking hilarious. And you know what? I just noticed that the makeup subtly changes. But then again, I mean, he did take a lot of shotgun damage to his face, so that's some pretty impressive cosmetic surgery. I wonder if he saw Doctor Miami. Well, I guess you would say like more so Doctor New Orleans. Oh, should have did that. If anything, Porky's should have told you don't stick certain things through holes. I learned that from Porky's and also from X. Just don't go putting your eye in a random hole. Never ends up good. That's how infections happen. That's a pretty gnarly kill. You know what? I would love to sit in on a brainstorming section, brainstorming session in regards to how a lot of these writers and directors come up with kills. Like, I can just imagine just sitting down with a cup of coffee in a nice, like, snug and cozy rug. I mean, robe. You're laying on your favorite rug on your couch, and you're just like, oh, okay, decapitation. You're all right, bisecting. And what's cool is it's usually coming from the most calm and friendly guys that are thinking of these chaotic ways that people are, you know, kicking the bucket. And I love how Caroline's like still in the background. You got to be quicker than that. She was sitting here playing around. I'm like, girl, you better snatch that gun. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sugar. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I'll remember you. I'll light a candle for you. You're like, uh oh. All right, now what you gonna do? You know what I love? I love how you can really see Kane hotter behind the eyes. Like those of you who know Kane, you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely 100% Kane hotter right there. I got something for you. It's your daddy. You know the guy who accidentally put an axe to your head? I mean, a hatchet to your head? It's like, yeah, so that was my dad. And I'm sorry for what I did to you last night. It's like, hey, remember me? I love how Victor's sitting there like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's like, well, he was a Saints fan, so maybe I could go sprinkle those ashes at the Superdome. Oh, my daddy. He's a daddy's boy. Oh, now he's mad. Trust me, out of everyone that's there, Mary Beth is most likely the most safe out of all of you. Maybe Mary Beth should be standing in front of you. Nah, nah. More like you're dead. It's like no, maybe throw it at him as opposed to rolling the ashes away from him. Caroline has a pretty gnarly death here. Should have saved yourself. That's another moment that makes me laugh every time I see it. Like, there's a lot of physical comedy in this movie. About oh, maybe he's allergic. He's like, me don't like that. Yeah, I love the look of that. That's so sick. Uh, Gotta finish the job. At least for this entry. Hasta la vista, Victor. Yeah, Mary Beth is so like so awesome. It's like I know you got one more in you. Come on. And there. If there's anything that a Hatchet series is going to give you, it's going to give you a pretty awesome ending. It's going to give you some fireworks in the end. Well, where will Mary Beth's adventures take her from here? Is this the end of Victor Crowley? Who knows? But we will find out next week. Right, please get me out of here immediately. MB. Oh, cliffhanger. You gotta love how a Hatchet movie is gonna leave you wanting more. But I prefer that. I like having a good ending, knowing that there's gonna be another film and that I'm gonna most likely really, really want to check it out. So I was ecstatic knowing that it ended like that and that there's going to most likely be another one. And what's crazy is I've only seen Victor Crowley one time, so I'm looking forward to checking that out again with you all. So I look forward to that next week. Unfortunately, we didn't meet our goal, but I may still do another live stream. I'll hang out. Something like Ask Me Anything or one in which we're just talking about horror. So be on the lookout for that, guys. But again, I'm glad that you guys have hung out with me tonight. It's always a pleasure. Like, seriously, like, I'm glad that you guys are taking time out of your day. You may want to hang out with family or friends or things of that nature, but the fact that you're showing that support for me means a ton for your travel guide here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna think about whether or not we're gonna do another live stream this week. I'm gonna see exactly what I have planned. But there is a very, very good chance that I will be coming back for more horror news or talk about horror within the next day or so. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. I really enjoyed my time with y'all tonight and watching Hatchet 3. A very good entry into the series. It's definitely one of my favorite entries into the series. So we're going to end it off with Hatchet 4, which is AKA Victor Crowley, for next week's stream. And from there, we're going to resume the votes in regards to which horror film that you all want to see on Tubi. So I will put that up with plenty of time to spare. So again, guys, thank you again for hanging out with me on your Monday night for our weekly live watch party, which is number 11 now. So that's awesome, knowing that we're moving right along with these additions to the watch party. But yeah, guys, as I said, I may go to a horror event, which is like a Krampus themed event this weekend. So I may do a little bit of live streaming from that. I may or may not do a vlog in relation to it, but it just depends on how the vibe is there. So I'll probably come up with something there, just to get some more content to you all. I mean, there's only so many horror related things going on in December, but we're going to keep it going, for sure. Thankfully, we have plenty of holiday related horror to possibly talk about. So I may do something in which we'll talk about maybe our favorite horror movies that take place during Christmas. I think that would be a pretty good hangout for a good theme for a hangout soon. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live watch party for tonight. Again, for the final time, thank you, thank you, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, hanging out with me tonight, for your support. Again, I am a smaller channel on YouTube, so every single like that you guys do is amazing for me. It's a big benefit for my channel. Yes, indeed, oh wrestlers, we are definitely going to get some Victor Crowley going on for next week to complete the series. Hey, what's up, Josh? How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, man. It was a great time watching Hatchet 3 tonight. But yeah, I think we're gonna do something in regards to talk about our favorite holiday horror movies. So I'm gonna get a good list going in regards to some of my favorites, and that will most likely be a very special addition to the horror Greenbook. So I want to do more things like that, to where we can actually just hang out and talk about some of our favorites more. So I'm going to do some brainstorming on that, and I will be bringing that to you all here pretty shortly. I would say probably next week for sure. Yes, definitely, definitely. We're going to have that all set. Yeah. But I imagine Josh is pretty busy. He has a kiddo and everything of that nature. So definitely go through the replay and in regards to everything with Hatchet 3. Yeah, it's all good, buddy. I understand with Tulsa, and I was talking about that earlier today in regards to how I was hoping to see you, but hey, I know how it could be, brother. Yeah, just couldn't make it. Hey, it's all good for sure. But yeah, old wrestlers, a good Christmas horror movie would be a good watch along too. So I think we'll probably do something like that next week as well. I'll find a good Christmas related horror for us to go through. There are more than a few on there. I mean, of course, Black Christmas is always a great one to watch. So I may actually, yeah, I'll put up a special a poll for a good Christmas horror film that we can watch on Tubi. I know Black Christmas is on there, and I'm pretty sure something else that we'll be able to pull up that will be related. So I'm gonna definitely take that into consideration, y'all, and we're gonna get that set for next week. We're gonna talk about our favorite Christmas horror films, and we're gonna do a live watch one in regards to probably Black Christmas or something. So, and it's all good, Papa Goss. It's all good, brother. I'm just glad that you made it through. I mean, even if you're able to stop through for like a minute, that means the world to me. So, again, I mean, even that's why I have the streams are able to be replayed so that we all could come back and watch these same films and just have all types of cool input in regards to it. Yeah, Black Christmas is awesome. So that's definitely one that we could possibly do. And I'm going to look and see what else is possibly available. But hey, guys, thanks again in regards to helping out the channel with, all of your likes, your comments, with everyone subscribing. and the super chats that I received tonight. That's really, really awesome, guys. Thank you again for your support. And I am your travel guide, Brendan, with the Horror Greenbook, signing off, letting you know that it is scary in those streets. Have a very happy and haunted holidays, and I'll see you travelers again very soon.